Hey guys, it's Showdown Forest here, and today, before I start off with anything, I would like to apologize for not uploading anything as of late. Uh, I know I promised you guys daily Wi-Fi battles. That didn't happen. Haven't uploaded a Wi-Fi battle in like 5 days. I also promised Road to Top 100 Ubers, possibly Road to Top 10 if I felt that getting to Top 100 was too easy. That hasn't happened, one episode of that, although I do have 2 recorded. I just haven't felt like uploading them. Like, I've just been unmotivated, or not motivated to upload them. So, sorry about that. I will promise you guys that I'll try for 2 Wi-Fi battles a day during the summer. Another reason, besides the lack of motivation for not uploading Wi-Fi battles, is that I lost my DS and my ORUS card. So, I will try to start uploading Wi-Fi battles once a day until summer, which my school year ends Friday of next week. This video should be going up Sunday, May the 30th, or I don't know. I'm not sure of the date, but it will be going like the Sunday before the week, my last week of school. So after this goes up, I have 1 week of school, and that's it. So, until then, I'm going to try to upload daily Wi-Fi battles. Don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try. And until I find my 3DS, which has my ORUS card, I'm just going to basically be uploading XY Wi-Fi battles. So, I'll be a little different than the usual battle I upload. But, yeah. So, you guys may be wondering what this video is. This video is actually, I know I said I was going to upload week 9 and 10 of the NPL. I changed my mind. I'm going to actually upload at least week 10. I'm trying to do 5 videos in one, but it's not letting me do my week 9 battle. It keeps crashing. So, I'll try. I'm not going to get it in this episode. I'll try to upload my week 9 sometime, and if I can't, then I just can't, because my computer is shit and it just crashes. I guess Razer, that has that effect on computers. So this will be week 10, week 12, week 13, and week 14. This will be uploaded on the date that week 14 is supposed to be uploaded, so it'll be a 4-for-1 week for me. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So what I'm going to do for each battle is just give a brief, like, team I built. And yeah, that's going to be, and then I'm just going to narrate the battle. No fancy layout, unfortunately. I don't have time for that. What was I thinking of? No, like, let's look at this team and how I'm just going to say what I brought. That's going to be it. So why don't we get into this battle? So I brought, for this week 10, I kind of wanted to try out my new free agents I acquired. I brought Specs Kendra. I brought an Endure Weakness Policy Kabutops set. And that was meant for if he brought Mega Heracross, which I really thought he would. I would get to +5 speed, because Endure isn't affected by multi-hit moves. You still live the hit. And if he went for something like Bullet Seed, not only would I get my weakness policy, but I would get up to +5 speed. So even if he wanted to bring Sticky Web offense, which I thought he would, I would be able to take care of that with getting +5 speed. Shout out to my friend Toad for the set. This was his idea. I'm just gonna spoil it. It doesn't work out. It actually cost me, but it was so cool set. I was just trying out some things. I wasn't really planning to win this week. Even though I have a 6-game winning streak, I probably should have tried my best and not just brought like random crap. But I wanted to have fun, so that's what I did. Next I brought Scarfed Hitmonlee. Next I brought, I believe, Taunt Rocks Nidoking? Yeah, I think it was Taunt Rocks. It might have had, I think it was Taunt, Stealth Rocks, Ice Beam, and maybe Sucker Punch, maybe Flamethrower. I'm not too sure. Next we have Specs Magnezone, and then finally we have Offensive Crest. So, I think it's max speed and max special attack modest. So why don't we get right into the battle? Alright, so he leads off with Polytoad. I lead off with Magnezone. I'm Specs. I can kill it with any one hit. That is coming off my electric stab, that is. I'm gonna go for Volt Switch. I'm Analytic. That's gonna do a clean almost 30%. I'm gonna go into Hitmonlee. Here's where having close combat and Hitmonlee would have helped me a lot more than having high jump kick, because I would not have had to take damage from Protect. However, as you'll see, Reckless high jump kick does a shit ton. It almost kills the Polytoad with a crit. Here I predict him to have Protect on this thing as well, and go for it. I'm just gonna go into Kingdra, which does have Swift Swim to take advantage of the rain if he wanted to bring it, which he did. Kind of a little surprising considering I do have 2 rain mons, but can't really complain. I'm gonna go for Scald here because I knew I can live a hit and get off 2 Scalds. Unfortunately, he goes for the Sequel and crits me. Just telling you right now, this battle is really hacksy and it's basically all against me. So I can't complain. I've gotten a lot of hacks in the first 9 weeks of the season. But I'm just going to go into Hitmonlee, kill it off, and he's going to go into Manaphy and kill me off. He's kind of just sacking mons left and right. I think right here I'm going to go into Magnezone. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. It's going to do still a good amount towards his Blissey. I think I go into Nidoking right here. I do. And I'm just going to go for the taunt. I go for Rocks here as he goes for Seismic Toss, so I made a good prediction on that. I'm proud of that play. So I'm gonna go into Kabutops here. I probably should have taunted. I didn't expect him to stay in and go for Wish. It was a good play on his part. I'm just gonna go for Knockoff here, and he's gonna go for T-Wave, and this Blissey is gonna give me shit loads of trouble. I can't deal with this. My only problem is I let my Hitmonlee die, which was pretty much my only way of taking care of Blissey, because while Kabutops is it's in zero weakness policy, Blissey can't hit it super effectively, and I can't get up to low enough health with Flail. Here, that's where it sucks. I got paralyzed. I could have gone for Knockoff and killed the Manaphy, but I got paralyzed, so Manaphy's at full health when it should have been dead. Here, I'm just going to go for another Volt Switch with Magnezone. Luckily didn't get the burn with Scald from Manaphy, so Magnezone can live another Scald if needed. I'm just gonna go for a taunt here with Nidoking. This is kind of a little bit of a stall fest right here with me just going for a taunt and Ice Beam trying to wear this thing down. Actually I go for Flamethrower here. It's not gonna do anything. I'm doing about 5% per turn because with leftovers. Here he's going to go into Jirachi. I don't know if that was a play he should have made. I don't know why I went for Ice Beam. I should have just gone for Flamethrower again. But he made that play, so can't really... You know, he made a good play. Well, I guess. It ended up working out for him. I don't know if it was a good play, but it ended up working out for him. So he turns out to be probably sub-calm Mind Jirachi with like pretty much max speed. Or at least enough outspeed timid Nidoking. So here he's just gonna go for Psyshock for more damage on Magnezone. I'm gonna lock myself in T-Bolt. I know I can kill Jirachi, and here if I was actually 0 speed, Quiet Nature, I would have won this battle, because as you'll see, I outspeed the Blissey, so I'm not gonna get my Analytic boost. And with my Analytic boost, if I was 0 speed, Quiet Nature, I would have killed the Blissey. So I'm just going to keep going for T-Bolt, hoping for some reason he doesn't go for Protect, but he has no reason not to go for Protect, and pretty much I can't get past this thing. My only hope is to get a Para, or something of the sort, but it's not looking like it's a good thing. I'm not in good position. Now here, I probably should have actually gone into Kabutops, and, what's the word? I should have gone into Kabutops, tried to do some damage to Blissey, and then tried to lock myself into Flash Cannon trying for Spadef drops, but that didn't happen, and I pretty much can't beat this Blissey. I'm just gonna go for Knockoff, hoping that this Blissey is gonna lower my health enough to where Flail's gonna do something. But it's just not. I'm getting beat by a Blissey. I had a Charizard X, which even though I was kind of wanted to test out my two new things, I still should have brought Charizard X because, especially against this team of 6 he brought, Charizard would have done a ton of work. And here I'm going to get to +2 and only 14%, but Flail's still only going to do 31%. Regular Life Orb Kabutops would have been better, but again, I was kind of just dicking off. Like, here, go, give me a set. Here I also brought Psychic on Cress. I don't know why. I really don't. He's just gonna go for T-Wave there. If I was calling, I think I brought Moonlight, Lunar Dance, HP Fire, Psychic, Cress. If I was Calm Mind Crest with Psyshock, like Calm Mind, Moonlight, Psyshock, HP Fire, I would have probably at least had a way better shot. I went in them with Lunar Dance, Psychic, Crest. I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I put Psychic. I was thinking probably for the Gligar, but Blissey was a lot more threatening. So he's just gonna go to Manaphy, and because I am paralyzed, I can't do anything. And this is just going to be GG. I think I went for Aqua Jet there. I don't even get it. Kabutops only got 1 move off the whole time it was paralyzed, I think. It was paralyzed like 4 out of 5 turns. So I wasn't too sad about that loss. Like I said, testing some things out. Wasn't really trying to win. Win would have been nice, but looking back, I probably should have tried a little harder for the win. Because if I had won this game, you'll see later. So next game is going to be week 12. I already uploaded week 11 against Kyle K2 and the Detroit Gale Wings. That's on Wi-Fi. Go check that out if you haven't. It was a great battle. I lost that one, so I was on a 2-game losing streak. I lost 2 in a row. I lost it by, I was 0-2 -5 in my last 2 weeks. So I needed to win this game to kind of boost my morale. And it wasn't an easy game. It was against Fog and the Colorado Avalugs, which he won the championship last year. He wasn't doing so well this season. I think at the time of this game he was 5-6, so he wasn't doing too well. But, you know, a win against me would have really helped his playoff hopes. He did bring some goofy sets, but he also brought some serious sets. What I brought a Critra with enough speed to outspeed Gardevoir before it Mega Evolved. Timid Gardevoir before it Mega Evolved. I brought Banded Kabutops because really nothing wants to switch in on his team to a Stone Edge once Doublade is weakened or had its Violite knocked off. I brought, I believe, DD Charizard. I brought Physically Defensive Alomola again. That's pretty much all I brought this season, Physically Defensive Alomola, whenever I brought Alomola. If you'll remember, Alomola actually went 4-0 against him last time in week 8 we played. So, hoping for at least a similar result, whether Alomola goes 4-0 or whether we just win. Doesn't matter. Next I have, I believe, Spadef Registeel instead of AB. Spadef, I wanted rocks more than I needed AB. Plus, I didn't want to bring the same set against him twice in a row. And next, I brought Calm Mind, Calm Mind Chris with Psyshock, and I believe Energy Ball, because Energy Ball against his team, grass coverage against his team was better than like Fire or Ice coverage. So that's why I didn't bring HP Fire or Ice Beam, because I felt grass, because it hit, if you look just here, it hits Keldeo, Diggersby, and then it hits Extra Drill for neutral. And then I believe he also had Hippowdon, which gets hit super effectively by Energy Ball. And he had Slowbro, which gets hit super effectively by Energy Ball. And Psyshock could really deal with the rest of them. So the only thing I really can't hit well, unless I have a few boosts up, is Doublade and Gardevoir. Everything else I can just kill once I get a few boosts up. Yeah, it's offensive as well. I don't know if I said that, but it's offensive sub-Calm Mind Crest. So why don't we get right into battle? So he leads off with Gardevoir. I lead off with Kingdra. I wasn't expecting him to lead off with Gardevoir. So I'm just going to switch out as he goes ahead, predicts me, goes for the Focus Blast. Now last time he didn't Focus Blast, but this time he did. He actually prepared a little extra this week. He predicts me to switch out, but I really didn't have anything to switch into Gardevoir anyway, Mega Gardevoir. So I just go for Iron Head. Because I'm not offensive AB, I can't kill with Iron Head. It still does 75%, but I can't kill it. So I'm just gonna go into Charizard. I don't really know if this was the speed tie or not. I don't know if I can't remember if I was max speed adamant. I think I had just enough to outspeed Gardevoir before it Mega Evolved. It was 10 max speed, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go into Alomola. He ends up being Scarf Excadrill. I guess that's good for Charizard, but in the end, I don't know if it was that great because he can't touch Alomola. He's just going to go into Chansey, which ends up being Leftovers. That was a mistake on his part, but I tried to knock it off. I do knock off Diggersby's Choice Band, which makes the core of Excadrill and Diggersby that I thought was originally really frightening. Okay, I'm gonna pause because I'm getting way back. Maybe I should set these battles to normal. I think I'll set the next two battles to normal speed because I can't keep up. But if he was both SD or SD Diggersby and SD Excadrill, or if he was both banded, I really had no switch-ins to both. Not even to one really banded Diggersby. Probably two it KO'd my entire team with Return, even Kabutops and even Alomola. But since he was choice banded and I knocked it off, that means he won't have SD and he also doesn't have the band. And since he's extra, not only does he have the extra power of choice band, but he also doesn't have SD. So that is very well. That is really good for me. I think I'm gonna set this to normal. I'll pause. And alright, all the battles have been set to normal, so now I can actually keep up. Though the video will be a little bit longer. That's why I didn't try to do on fast speed, but I just can't keep up with fast speed. So right now we have, it's 5-5. He has Keldeo, and I have Alomola. So let's continue. It's turn 8. I believe I switch out into. Yeah, I switch out on the Crest because even though this is an offensive Crest, it's still my best switch into Keldeo. And he goes for sub here, but that's obviously not, even with the sub up, he doesn't want to go for an attack, so I'm just going to go for a Side Shock to take out the sub. He goes and Doublade, literally takes 0, because he's obviously physically defensive. The Violite Doublade, which since it resisted, can't do anything. Here I go for sub, predicting a Pursuit, because even though I'm not physically defensive, I can take a non-boosted Pursuit. And I'm just going to set up a Calm Mind here. He's going to go for Shadow Claw, break my sub. Here I go for a little bit of damage with the Energy Ball. It's not going to do a lot, but it will put it in range for a 2 KO from Banded Knockoff from Kabutops. And I still don't even take that much damage. I still have almost 60% on Crest, and I do have Wish on Alomola, so I can always wish it up later. Here, I'm going Kabutops because I can take a Shadow Claw. I'm going to get my Weak Armor boost, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for knockoff here. That's gonna do 41%. And because the Violite boosts his defenses, I would have been able to knock it off. Kill it with another knockoff. Even though knockoff power was hindered because there was no more item. Here he goes, but he goes for sub, so it's gonna take 2 hits instead of 1 that it would take to finish off the Doublade. But he does get off Toxic, but I kill I do kill the Doublade, and that's Kabutops' first kill as a member of the Atlantic Braviary, so nice job, Kabutops. I'm just gonna go into Alomola here, and he goes for Earthquake, and it's still gonna do absolutely nothing. I believe I just go for a Scald, maybe knockoff. I think I actually go for knockoff here. I do, predicting the Chansey, and even though Leftovers weren't nearly as good as the Violite on it, this thing doesn't have any recovery or a Violite, so that still makes it a very nice knockoff. Here, I believe I just go for a wish, and I think I go in. I do go into crest here to get the wish off, and so crest is at full health. That's nice. I was expecting to take a little damage from EQ, but luckily he went in Chansey. I go for sub here. He starts setting up Calm Minds. Again, I told you he brought some goofy sets, and this is one of them. He is Calm Mind Chansey, but luckily I am Calm Mind Psyshock Crest this time, and not like week 10 where I brought Lunar Dance Psychic Crest. If I was Psychic Crest, I would have lost to this Chansey probably. Well, maybe not, because Charizard probably could have done some damage, but you know, I would have not gotten even close to a sweep with Crest. Crest would have died. I couldn't have done anything with Crest, that is. So we're just gonna get in a Calm Mind War. I think I get up to +5 before I decide, okay, that's good enough. I'm just gonna go for. So after this Calm Mind, I decide to get up another one, and that's where I start attacking. Or actually, as you'll see right here, I'm gonna get up a Calm Mind. Now I wanted to go fast speed, but I can't keep it with fast speed. There should be like a fast normal speed. But I'm gonna get up with this Calm Mind. He's gonna crit me with Shadow Ball. But since Chansey is so, it doesn't have any offensive presence at all. A non-crit Shadow Ball is not gonna kill my sub, and I'm gonna be able to take it out with a +5 modest, full special, max special attack Psyshock. And at this point, I pretty much sweep his team, because right here he goes into Digger Speed. I'm just gonna go for an Energy Ball, I believe, just to take this out, and it dies. Next, he sends in Excadrill, and he's obviously, since he's Scarf, he's gonna be able to get off a little bit of damage on me before I kill it. He gets off an X-Sister. I'm expecting the Energy Ball to do a lot, but when it kills, I'm honestly surprised. I know Excadrill isn't the bulkiest thing in the world, but for a non-stab attack coming off base 75 special attack to just kill, even at +5, that's crazy. And here, you're probably wondering why I just didn't kill off the Keldeo. Fog wanted me to show off for him. He wanted me not to kill him so he could show off his cool Keldeo set. I should have just set up another Calm Mind like people were saying. But I screw up and accidentally switch out, and I'm actually at a risk to losing to this thing now. So I don't want that to happen, so I'm actually going to go get a wish back into Crest, so Crest is at full health, and he's just gonna go for another workup. And again, this is scary, because if he crits me, he actually wins, and I choked I mean, honestly, I don't know if he would have just given me the win anyway, because I did let him set up when I could just kill him because he asked me. But it doesn't matter, because I can live a Scald at +3. Luckily he doesn't get a crit, and he does get a burn, but since I have modest max special attack, Psyshock is easily going to be able to kill. And that'll be the game. It'll be a 5-0 in my favor. And I believe at this point, this is where I clinched my conference. That means I was guaranteed to win the Luxury Conference, and that means I was guaranteed at least a number 3 seed. So yeah, that was week 12. Moving on to week 13, where we played Razor again. Week 9 was the battle that you haven't seen yet, and you probably won't see. You might see it. I don't know. I might try to upload it, but it wasn't working for me when I tried last time to get it into this video. Because originally it was going to be 5 videos. Week 9, week 10, week 12, week 13, week 14. But week 9 didn't work. And oops, I'll be right. Alright, back. Sorry guys, looks like week 12, or not week 12, week 13 almost wanted to crap out on me, just like week 9 against Razor did. But luckily I was able to get it back. Hopefully no crashes, crossing my fingers. If it does crash, I'm not going to restart the recording since I'm already 25 minutes in. Unlike week 9 where it was at the beginning, this one's like right in the middle, so I can't really restart the whole recording just for this. But this week I brought DD Charizard again. I brought actually a physical Porygon Z. As you'll see, this is my second week with Porygon Z. I had it week 11 versus Kyle. I technically had it week 12 versus Fog, but I actually played Fog a few weeks early because he had AP exams. So I played him about 2 weeks early. I played him during week 10 for our week 12 match. So I didn't technically have Porygon Z yet. So I could have probably brought it because nobody probably would have picked up Porygon Z, but I didn't want to risk it. So this week I'm bringing Sharpen, Silk Scarf, 3 attacks, Porygon Z with Double Edge, Return, and Zen Headbutt. I almost brought Silk Scarf with 2 attacks, just Last Resort and Return, but I was afraid of Gengar. It's really just to mow past Florges, because that +1, even physically defensive Florges dies after rocks. Then I believe I actually brought physically defensive special Kabutops. It's Rocks, Rapid Spin, Scald, Ice Beam. This is mainly to deal with Dragonite, Burn It. It's switching to Crobat. It's a switch into like physical Greninja because he's actually like swept Danza with physical Greninja. It's kind of a switch in for Dragonite too. It can live in EQ pretty easily. And I believe I have Shell Armor on it, so I can't get crit. So that's nice, especially against a haxy guy like Razor. Ice Beam's obviously there to not only break Dragonite's faulty skill, but to do a lot of damage to it. Scald's there to burn it. Rapid Spin's there to keep rocks off the field of Charizard, and rocks are there to get my rocks up. So yeah, I'm bringing physically defensive Alamo again. I believe this is like, I didn't bring it week 10, but I brought it the last, I believe I ended up bringing it the last 4 weeks. Physically just same Alamo as that physically defensive knockoff, Wish, Protect, Scald, and it's worked. I mean, don't fix something that's not broken. Then I have Spadef Umbreon with Taunt, Pursuit, Moonlight, and Heal Bell. It's my Cleric. It's also my way of dealing with Cursed Snorlax because I really didn't have anything for it in week 9. This time I have Taunt to deal with it if he brought it. And Pursuit's there for Gengar, so he can't safely do Perish Trap Gengar because, spoilers, that's what he did in week 9. He had Perish Trap Gengar, he had Curse Snorlax. So that is there to kind of at least slow down Snorlax, and it's really there to kind of counter that kind of Gengar. Sorry if this video I've been kind of stuttering. I haven't really recorded in a while, so I gotta get my narrating voice back. And finally, I brought physically defensive Calm Mind, Rocky Helmet, Crest. This was there for, since he did have a good amount of physical attackers, like Mean Chow, it punished them for going for physical attacks. It's Moonlight, Calm Mind, Psyshock, and then Ice Beam. I believe last time I had Moonblast, but Ice Beam this time around I felt was better. So why don't we get right into battle? I lead off with Chris. He leads off with the Raikou, and he's just gonna go right off for Volt Switch. I'm looking back at it, I'm not sure if that was Specs or Scarf. Probably, I think it ends up being probably Specs, maybe AV possibly. I think it ends up being AV. I get up Calm Mind as he goes for U-turn. I'm just gonna go for Moonlight and get back up to pretty much full health. And instead of going for Dark Pulse here, he goes for U-turn, taking more Rocky Helmet damage. I don't know what that was all about, but whatever floats his boat. I'm just gonna go for Moonlight here, scouting if he wanted to go for Dark Pulse, how much it would do. He goes for Knockoff. I believe I just Moonlight again. No, I get up another Calm Mind. I probably should have just gone for Psyshock, but I didn't want him going for a U-turn and going into Greninja to maybe crit me. But I'm just gonna go for Moonlight here. I only have 8 Moonlights total, so I think I've already used like 2 or 3 of them, so I need to be wary how I use them. I believe I just go for no. I think I actually go for Psyshock here, as he predicts me to go for Moonlight, so he can do some more Volt Turn shenanigans. But this time I just go for Psyshock and I take it out. he's just gonna go for U-turn again here. And it's starting to get a little annoying because he just keeps switching out. I'm gonna go for Moonlight here. Now my best play here was to actually go for an Psyshock then Ice Beam to break the multi-scale first. If I go for Ice Beam here, it does a good amount, but it activates his weakness policy. I totally forgot about weakness policy. I don't know why, I just forgot. Here I just go into Alamola, as you'll see, +2 Outrage almost takes me out, and I'm physically defensive. I'm just gonna go for Protect to waste this last Outrage, and he's gonna get confused, and thank God for me, he hits himself into confusion, and it actually takes him out because he has so much attack right now. I go for Scald here because I didn't think even if he hit himself, I didn't think it would kill him, but it did. I probably should have just gone for Wish anyway. Here he's just gonna go back into Raikou. I believe I go into Umbreon because this is my Spadef wall. My Spadef wall still takes 25%. That might be Spec Raikou. I'm not sure. I didn't go back and calc damage, so if it's whether it's AV or not, it doesn't matter because I do have physical Porygon, Psyshock on Crest, and Charizard, which all hit on the physical side. So right here, I go into Porygon Z, predicting another U-turn. I'm going to go for Double Edge here, and it's going to do 65%, proving that he's probably got at least a good amount of physical bulk. Now, I probably should have gone for Return because it probably still would have killed at this range, but I didn't want to risk it, and honestly, getting the 6-0 wasn't that important to me, so I'm just going to Double Edge the Fortress. It's going to die, and now I'm up 5-3, and pretty much at this point, Charizard sweeps. I'm just going to go for DD here, I believe. He goes for Brave Bird. That actually does a lot of damage. And as I just go for DD. He's not banded though. I don't think I'm quite as bulky as I usually am on Charizard. Usually I run almost near max HP, or at least I run at least 160 HP investment. But here I'm only running, I believe, maybe 80 HP investment. Here I'm just trying to get more damage off on him so that I don't have to waste HP going for Flare Blitz. He's just gonna go into Greninja here. I kind of thought he might be Scarfed Greninja with Rock Slide, but no, he ends up just maybe being Expert Belt possibly. Here I'm just gonna go for it doesn't matter whether I go for Dragon Claw or Flare Blitz. I'm gonna have enough HP to live 2 Flare Blitzes, and I'm just gonna go for another Flare Blitz, and that's gonna be Mega Charizard sweep. Mega Charizard gets the last 3 kills of the game, and that'll be 5-0 in my favor. So that was Razor. That was week 13. Not too much to say about it, except for the fact that after this week, both Crest and Charizard were at 15 and 5, right behind Infernape for the MVP. So we're gonna get into the last game on the schedule, and this is actually the week that I'm uploading is actually this week, this week's game. So this is week 14 game. This is going to be the week 14 upload. So you're just going to get 4 for 1, like I said earlier in the video. So we're about 33.5 minutes now. This will be the last battle, like I said. So it'll end up being a 45-minute video, which isn't too bad. But I thought it was going to be an hour, which might have been too long. But yeah, let's just get right into this battle. So this time I'm bringing DD Charizard. I bring again Specs Kingdra. I believe this is the second time I brought Specs Kingdra. I've had Kingdra for, I believe, 5 games now. I think I brought it in 4, and it's been Specs 2 out of the 4 times. Porygon Z was originally Specs, but at the last moment I changed it to Scarf because I really didn't have any fast things on my team. And you'll see that it ends up working out very nicely for me. Next I brought Spadef Regiseal to handle Mega Diancie because it's not even 2-hit KO'd by Earth Power, and it's switching to Moonblast and Diamond Storm every time. Next again I brought Physically Defensive Alomola, which protect knockoff Scald. It's working so far. And finally I brought I believe it was, yeah, it's Offensive Crest again, making it I believe that makes it. Actually, I don't think I brought physically defensive crest against Racer. That might have been offensive crest. No, it was physically defensive. But I've actually brought offensive crest a good amount. I think this is its 13th game out of the 14 games I've brought it that I've played, and I think I brought offensive crest like 5 times. So it's not just used as a bulky Calm Mind defensive sweeper. It's actually been used as offensive quite a bit. That's what I was trying to say. Ice Beam, Side Shock. I believe I Moonlight, Calm Mind. Last time I actually swept Danza, or at least got really close to sweeping Danza in week 2 with a sub Calm Mind crest. This time it's offensive with Moonlight and Calm Mind as a sub. But it worked. It will still work, as we'll see. So here I lead off with Kingdra. He leads off with Landorus. And here he goes for U-turn, and that does a lot. That shows me that he is actually banned with Landorus, which is something I don't expect. I'm just gonna go for these calls. If I got the burn there, that would have been really easier. So I have to go on the track. Luckily, get my fan can't touch track at all. Sub, which was a bad play on my part. I should have either gone for the Calm Mind, or I should have gone for the Ring of Side Shock damage, because that I think was really cool. So there's not really worth setting up. There's not really worth setting up all these LOL. And he predicts that nicely. He goes for the sub, and he's just gonna go for Psychic. Also, he didn't have Focus Blast. He had Focus Blast like a low Psychic. Here, as you'll see, Iron Tag, even though it doesn't have any physical attack, actually was able to kill the sub. So, I mean, probably awesome to sub on mine, but still, it's very it actually killed. Here, I double into, I go into Kingdra, I double Kingdra, so I have the advantage. I'm able to go right into 30%. Charizard. I probably should have gotten a crest, but I guess I went Charizard. God knows what to do. I'm just gonna quick start with for some. I don't know if this is the very quick when you go to Dragon Ball or whatever, but we really probably should have gotten the Garchomp there. You blocked it down the cross again. This would have done a ton of damage to Charizard. And here I go for Dragon Ball. Charizard gets 16 kills. He's kind of just turn 8 for these that plus 11 differential. I'm just gonna go now Mola as he just details me out to Porygon, which I'm going to go for an Ice Beam. I probably should have gone for Ice Beam over Tri Attack because Ice Beam would have done a little bit more. Possibly put this thing into a KO range after it Mega Evolved, because Adaptability Tri Attack is 80 base power after resistance. Ice Beam, no stab, is still 90. So I probably could have killed this thing after a Mega Evolve because it loses a lot of bulk. He's just gonna go for Moonblast there. That's fine. I can just click Iron Head and do massive damage. He goes and Hitmonchan, and again, I think he should have gotten the Garchomp because I would have taken a lot of damage, and this is basically my only way of switching into Mega Dynasty. As Crest, since it's offensively, doesn't like taking hits from Mega Dynasty as much as it did during week 2 when I was more of a defensive, mixed defense spread. He's just gonna go for Drain Punch again. I can just keep on going in the Crest every time on Hitmonchan as long as I keep my health up. Here I'm just gonna go straight for a Side Shock. It does 18%. Not a lot of damage, but decent enough to, you know, not do 0. Like yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna ignore that. Here we both switch out, and I go into Porygon Z as he goes for Garchomp. He obviously doesn't want to stay in. I'm just gonna go for Ice Beam here this time, and actually looking at that damage, 2 Ice Beams wouldn't have been enough to take out Dynasty, but it would have done a little bit more damage Dancy would have been a little lower. And here I guess he suspects from the damage that I'm not specs, but I'm indeed scarfed. So that was a nice play of switching out into Meloetta. Here I probably should have gone into Charizard because I do run on up. I think I'm just adamant max speed Charizard, which means I would have outsped this up. Meloetta, assuming it's not timid. But I think now I go into Kingdra, and as he sets up a sub, and I believe he sets up another Calm Mind here, and yeah, he sets up this Calm Mind, and he's just going to go for, I'm going to go for a Scald. I don't know if that crit mattered. Meloetta is pretty especially bulky and ammo with a +2, but I am specs modest Kingdra. I guess we'll never know. I mean, I guess I could calc it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's HP or at least a lot of HP. But here I'm just going to be able to kill it with a Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw was my best play, because even if you went out into Dynasty, it's not the worst thing in the world. Here, I don't want Charizard to die. Actually, just saying, that was Charizard's 17th kill of the season, moving it up to #1 all alone in the MVP race. Here I'm just going to go into Alomomola. As he sets up his rocks, that was a very nice play on his part. There was a possibility I would have died to both Ruskin and Rocky Helmet if I went for Dragon Claw there. Here I go for a Scald. No, actually I went for Wish. And instead of pushing out on the crest, I predicted him to go for Detail. Now I was hoping he would Detail me into the crest, and he did. And I'm just going to be able to go for Ice Beam to kill. Crest picks up his 16th kill of the season, tying it with him burning it for second in the MVP race. And I'm up 5-3. Dance's playoff hopes, because he needs to win. Well, he at least needs to not lose. To keep his playoff hope alive, he can't lose more than like 3-0. And he really needs to win. So here I'm going to go for Ice Beam. I really should have gone for Psyshock, because there was pretty much no way he was going to stay in with Landorus. He's just going to get off some banded U-turn damage. And here, again, I should have gone for Ice Beam this time, because there's no way he's staying in with a Hitmonchan. In those two sequences, I probably could have taken out both Landorus and Hitmonchan with just Crest. But I don't. Here I'm going to go into Alomomola, because I know I can take banded U-turn, possibly even an EQ, although looking at that damage, I probably would have been 2 KO'd because of Toxic. Here he's going to predict my switch in Registeel, as I do go into Registeel, and he makes a very nice play. But since I am Split Def Registeel, you'll see that this Earth Power really doesn't do all that much, honestly. It kind of does shit damage from a Mega Dynasty. So I'm just going to go for Iron Head, and that's going to bring this Landorus pretty well under half, and Landorus's survivability is really going down. If I am able to get up rocks this battle, it really only has a few switchings left. Here I do predict him to go for EQ, because if he goes for U-turn, I just get free rocks or free Iron Head. So I am able to go into Crest, and I'm going to go for a Psyshock here, and because there's no way he's going to stay in, and even if he did stay in, I would have been able to kill it with 2 Psyshocks, possibly even 1, and I would have died to toxic damage, but it would have been worth it. So here, Berserker Crest, as Crest actually ties Charizard for the MVP lead with 17 and 5 at +12. I'm just going to allow him again. He really, I mean, he honestly probably should have gone for an Earthquake, because although he couldn't have known I would switch out, because he knew I died to rocks, but at the same time I can't really blame him, because if I do stay in the kill, I go for Ice Beam, then he just dies. And even though Crest dies to Toxic, yeah, at this point he has no chance at winning, because Alomomola is going to actually outstall this Hitmonchan, and just to make sure that Alomomola kills Hitmonchan, I'm going to go for Protect. This means Alomomola is going to pick up its 6th skill of the season. I believe that means it's gonna end up 6-3 in 10 games, which for a Pokemon like Alomomola, first of all, pick up 6 kills is incredible, and to only die 3 times in 10 games is incredible. And he's down to Landorus, and if I was Specs Porygon like I was originally, he actually would have won this game. But because I am Scar Porygon, I will beat the Landorus. That will be the game, and Dan's playoffs hopes are extinguished. And if he had just gotten one more kill, basically Charizard would have died to rocks in any hit, and Crest died to rocks. Porygon Z and Registeelbook got OHKO'd by Bandit. So he was 2 Pokemon, he was 4% away from killing 2 Pokemon. Because Crest dies to rocks, Charizard's at 4% after rocks. And then if I was Specs Porygon, like I was originally, I don't think Porygon's going to take a Bandit Earthquake from Landor's Eye. So unfortunately, that will be, well, unfortunately for me, unfortunately for him, that will be the game. Now, I could have probably gotten a little easy on him, but I didn't feel like if he won because I went easy on him, I don't know if he would have deserved the playoffs. I mean, I almost thought about throwing the game so he could make the playoffs, but I didn't. It wouldn't feel right for him to make the playoffs if I threw the game. Not saying that Danza doesn't deserve to make the playoffs. He definitely deserved to make the playoffs, but he needed to either win. He couldn't have to even have a chance at the playoffs. He needed to not lose more than 3-0. He lost 4-0 because, as you'll see, I'm going to bring up the official. Actually, I don't want to spoil any matches, but yeah, he can't. There's no physically way he can make the playoffs because the team in front of him has 6 more differential, and they have the tiebreaker in conference wins and losses and differential. So there's no way Danza can beat out that person. But as you'll see, I'm gonna pause and be right. Actually, never mind. I'll make a video afterwards talking about my season. But yeah, that will be the 4 games today. That will be the game for week 14. That is officially the end of regular season. The regular season of NPL season 2. It's been a great season for me and my Atlantic Breviaries. We are officially 11-3 at plus 35. That's the 2nd best differential in the league. That's the 3rd best wins losses plus differential. Kyle has yet to play. K2, yeah, the guy I lost to week 11 has yet to play. So if he loses, then we'll be the 2nd best team in the league, and we'll play him in the first round of the playoffs. If he wins, he'll be the best team in the league. We'll be the 3rd best team in the league. Jolt will be the 2nd best, and then we'll play Jolt. I honestly hope he wins, because I lost to Kyle week 11, and while I think I have a better shot at beating him this time, I still want to at least make the championships, and Jolt, I have a better team matchup than I do against Kyle. So yeah, I'll make a post-season analysis of how this season went for me. Like all my drops, all my trades, all my Pokemon stats, all that. Maybe even a recap of how each game went. I definitely did a lot better than I was expecting to. I think I even surprised some other people because I honestly, myself, I was expecting to go 8-6. Barely missed the playoffs. Still have a chance at the playoffs, but barely miss them. I think other people predicted me go 8-6, maybe 9-5. But I proved myself wrong. And anybody that says I wasn't going to make the playoffs, I proved them wrong. People actually believed in me. It was more myself that I didn't believe in myself. But it ended up working out. I'm 11-3. It's going to be tied for the best record in the league, and it's definitely going to be not tied. It's definitely going to be at least tied for the 2nd best record in the league, if not the number 1. Because if Kyle loses, we'll all be 11-3, all 3 conference winners. So I'll be tied for the best record. Kyle wins, he'll be 12-2, so I will still be tied with Jolt for the second best record in the league. I will have the second best differential. I will end up being the best team in conference, in my own conference, as I went 6-0 at plus 25. Even if Kyle won 6-0, he would still be 6-0 at plus 24, so I've had the best time against my conference out of any team in the entire league. So that is exciting. This has been a great season for Atlanta Braves Aries. Let's hope we can cap it off with at least a first round win, if not a championship. While I would love to win the championship, making the championship is cool, but I really want to take home the gold. So thank you guys for watching. Tune in for NPL postseason. Tune in for a video explaining my season. Maybe we'll do we do have an NPL channel. I will post that link in the description. We will probably do a analysis of the whole season for every team, just overall, like you know, which games were the best, which Pokemon performances were the best. You know, just a recap of the whole season. So watch out for that. Hopefully that will be up sometime before the postseason starts. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video. Hit me up with that like button. If you want to see more content, hit up that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.